is just fantastic. To start the month of April, Nada, Lord Sexual himself, had been arrested. Because it was April the 1st, I had thought it was perhaps an April Fool's prank. As he was at this present moment tangibly connected to Foodie Beauty, it is relevant to now. With Foodie Beauty during a stream called Dinner, discussing his arrest.
If you look at his replies, it's his talking. 3 hours ago, it doesn't make any sense if he was arrested this morning. But for her to sit there and be like, I don't know why. Well, let me refresh your memory, Dee. He violated a no contact order, so did I. I might get arrested too, I don't know.
If you noticed, Foodie Beauty is in fact still on holiday and still commenting on things that perhaps she shouldn't be commenting on a live stream. And according to Nada, Sexual, whatever, it was all just a lie to prove a point. And as you can tell from the comments underneath, people were hardly impressed. Now, Foodie Beauty is known for many things. Ranting is one of them. Her very reactive, destructive, impulsive nature means that from time to time she will say far too much, which will end up with her causing controversy, getting into and not finding a suitable way out of controversy, and she invariably ends up going scorched earth. The following you are going to see is titled Rant, and to accompany that is some of Foodie Beauty's mad lyrics, talking about her absolutely stellar starfishing.
I want to rant about some things. I was reading all my comments and getting mad and telling people off and calling them F words, and I want to know why the I can't spend my vacation the way I want to spend my vacation. Number one, this is my vacation. You can book your trip to Cuba whenever you want, and you can go hang out in the pool with pubic hair all you fucking want to. Go lick all the old people's wrinkly balls at the resort if you want to. I am going to do what I want to do. So for me, if I want to drink orange Fanta and shove my double fist chorizo all day long, I will do it. If it's boring, go take your Uncle Frank for a walk. I don't care what you have to say about it. Another thing, I am sick of people with busted faces looking like a 500 miles of rough road, people with 80s hairdos coming for me saying I'm desperate and that nobody wants me except for money. Bitch, I'm hot, okay? And I'm good in bed. I'm an expert starfisher.
Let me control you and I'll exploit you. Bend you over, but she don't starfish like I do. That's okay because I got that chorizo on the down low. Should be at the gym, but you at the old folks home. Move me in, baby, I gotta win. I need to show the world that I'm fitting in. I'll be the man, but don't challenge me because I can do what I want because I'm me.
It was around this time that Chantel got into a lot of trouble for using what has been dubbed ableist language. And this exploded on Twitter through the likes of Zachary Michael, who said, "We went from white privilege is real to using the R word. Has nothing to do with disabled people. Real quick, Chantel, yikes. First of all, the word is retard. It's not overly complex. Apparently saying that is a slur now. I fundamentally disagree with this, but you know what? You have your thoughts, I have mine. Let's just agree to disagree." Chantel replied to Zachary Michael with, "Retarded people can be privileged too." To which Zachary Michael retweeted, "You better focus on getting on that plane and back in Canada, you ableist piece of poop." This all came about because of a crying while drunk stream. Crunk stream, I believe you can call it. And this one came with a considerable amount of flack. Because Drunk Chantel, while the funniest iteration, is also the one that absolutely lets go. Inevitably, when Chantel had sobered up, she put out a community post. Wow, well, I was an arsehole last night. Like truly a drunken, miserable piece of poop. Every black emotion I had, I let it out on underserving people. I'm never drinking again. I did not mean most of it, although I did do a lot of dumb things. I fear for my mental health, which is why I need to stay sober and not relapse into old unhealthy habits. This horrible mental energy is how certain people make me feel, and I have to remember that, and stay away when I get home, regardless. I will go live late and upload my flying fat vlog. Why did I attack learning to be fearless? I don't get that, honestly. I have no problem with her. Maybe jealously. I don't know. Still hate $200 3-wick candles though, not gonna lie. Just to insert 2 more tweets from Foodie Beauty concerning her use of the R word. Salpal, I have a learning disability and I was called the R word by many classmates. I'm offended by her use of it. Yes, you'll be offended by things on the internet. I'm called Whale every day. And Foodie Beauty, why is Twitter so full of whiny wannabes? Please don't call Hater Nation that. They'll only end up putting it on merch and thinking they're cool by selling it to other people, which is peak laziness.
I'll be as sweet as pie tomorrow. Oh, you know it. You know I'm gonna manipulate the f out of you, and you're gonna eat it up, and you're gonna watch me.
Because it's important to touch on the key points of her crunk stream. Thankfully, somebody gave us some bullet points called Stupid Love. Thank you very much for this. We learnt that Dee has a grey vagina. Chantal pausing stream to take pictures of her vagina for OnlyFans. Chantal doxing Didi's mum. Chantal doxing her own flight's number and telling people to report her to the airline. Chantal saying she hates all white people because she witnessed a man who wanted relish with his hamburger and the white privilege got on her nerves. She gave away her laptop. Chantal saying she doesn't care if Dee gets that and that she deserves that. I can't say it because I want this monetized. Chantal saying she's going to go to a snack bar for 4.5 hours and not going once. The stream's over 4 hours long, so we know it for certain. Chantal defended the use of the word retard. Chantal saying she feels guilty for being white and rich. Chantal boasting about how rich she is and how she can Cuba bees every night. Chantal raging over learning to be fearless and the candle thing. Yeah, I don't care about that. Chantal saying that Cuba sex is the best sex she's ever had. Chantal saying that Cuba only lasted a minute, the sex that is. Chantal talked about Amberlynn Reid's fupa. Chantal threatening to unalive on more than one occasion. Chantal saying that her family doesn't support her and the only person she can trust is herself. Based on the community post after this, the answer is no. Chantal blocking some of the more supportive VIBs she has, even blocking them that were being supportive. Chantal spilling an entire cup of rum over her room and then seemingly not cleaning it up. Art imitating life, of course. Chantal raging over Dee until her phone battery died. Chantal crying over how badly people in Cuba are treated by white people. Chantal calling Nada a piece of poop refugee who should go back to Egypt. And then Chantal crying and telling us that Nada isn't a bad person. Can you see why Hater Nation were absolutely up in arms over this one?
The main thing that I did over this past week is I finished recording my Let's Play of Mass Effect 1. And I have started recording a Let's Play of Mass Effect 2.
Hey!
2 episodes into it.
Can you turn the camera? Jeez. God.
Well, I wasn't going to sit in your spot on the couch. Jeez. Did you smell what came out of your ass? Like, I was going to sit in your spot, but then, oh, jeez, no.
I've eaten so much fish in Cuba. My smells like fish fillet.
Now, it was during that stream where you saw that clip about fish fillet poop that Chantal had a rant about reaction channels and Roman, El Roman. And she has some points here. I'd like her to air them, not in a manner akin to that of how she aired that bathroom or the quality of that seat.
Friggin', who the hell are these people? Who are you? They crack me up, right, Beezer? Austin Beezer? And they analyze every single thing I do for like hours. Like, so, like, nobody cares about your opinion. Don't you realize that or what? So go back to your 3K channel where nobody cares and your blanket backgrounds and try to become YouTubers and shut up. Why are you so bitter? Like, I don't get it. They're bums. These people are lychee bums and I'm tired of it. I'm bald. Look, Roman! So are you. Block rage incoming. Roman is more bald than me and he has the nerve to call me bald. I literally made myself bald. Next. I have a fupa. Oh, a fitness channel? You're gonna be a fitness channel and body shame women? Next. Don't even come for me, Roman, because you won't win. You won't win. Okay? And that's why he's bitter, too. And you call yourself a chef? Well, you were gonna come make tagine. So what do? You go on your channel, you make boiled corn and cauliflower with Heinz ketchup and vegan nuggets? You think vegan nuggets are gonna make anyone horny? I don't think so. Get a life.
Comments Roman made that caused that particular outburst came from a video that has since been deleted on the Roman El Roman channel. And as far as Foodie Beauty going in on reaction channels go, they're bedroom psychiatrists. The bedsheet thing, I don't quite get. But I do believe you have a point when it comes to people reacting to every tiny detail of every tiny mannerism. It is quite, well, petty really, isn't it? Many of you will remember back in the day of Chantal's earlier years into the creature that she has become, she turned off comments for a while, but then realized when you turn off comments, you run the risk of throttling your channel. With Chantal making as much money as she makes now, I don't think she cares anymore. So she has gone back a step and started turning them off in April. It is possible this happened during March, but I do believe this happened after the Crunk stream, after the community post where she said she needed to step away from people that were bad for her. Yeah, not go near people who she knew would be harmful to her mental health, perhaps even her physical health as well. Chantal went to a hotel room with Nada. Now this is one of those times where Hater Nation absolutely nailed this, because they noticed that she was there, even though she had claimed not to be there. This relationship with Nada, Didi, and Chantal is getting a bit messy, don't you all think?
هتشوفوا مني حاجات غريبة بشكل تاني وانتوا نصيبكم لما ابقى اجيلكم بس ابقوا سدوا على اللي يطلع من لساني عاملين حبايب للي قدامكم وبس حتى اللي غايب لحد فاكره ولا يوم بيحس.
Understand you, so is it
I see the name is the last name is Sarault.
and the first name is Chantal, correct?
Yeah, Chantal Marie Olive, right?
Okay, so you can put me through to that room number?
Okay, no, yes, 231.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay, I will just transfer you there.
Thank you. The coward's not answering. I wonder if it's ringing on his live. Guess who rented a room? Oh.
That one gets messier because both tried to deny being in the same hotel room. They were. Don't bother trying. It was hilarious. Chantal since then got COVID again. She was very angry about this and started, well, doing her usual raging thing, really, with the bulk of her complaints being the fact that she's entitled to her privacy. It's just a shame that she can't actually take her own words and implement them, because she knows it doesn't give her the views, and also because she can't seem to control herself even when she's sober. Now, we also discovered during the month of April that Chantal lost her Patreon, although I'm not entirely sure what happened, but I do know that because of that she moved to the Biza Show's Patreon. That's a business, so of course tax deductions apply, everyone.
Had a moment of weakness, and I knew that Nader was going to be in Gatineau. I found that out, and I actually heard that he was like meeting up with somebody else or staying with somebody else. So I became psychotic, as usual, jealous, insane, made a fool of myself. Like, I rented a hotel room. I'm a stalker. I feel like a stalker.
Chantal on her Beezing holiday picked up some amazing doodahs, and she decided that with those totally bought for knickknacks, that she would fob off this limited edition collectible to her audience in the form of a competition, a raffle. How exciting. Not long after dedicating her time to the Biza Show Productions Patreon, it's gone, and she has kept her only FUPA and been promoting it a lot during this month, where the prices are still fluctuating, anywhere between $5 and $50. Depending on her mood swing. This image, by the way, is the fabled blue pot. It is something that has featured in Chantal's kitchen for a while, and only very recently during this very month, she showed us the contents of it, to later on in the month announce there would be a blue pot cleaning. What a celebration. Definitely worth having. Chantal also on her community post yet again went in on reaction channels, because they like to complain like little bitches when their own clips are used against them. No offense intended to you, the reaction channel, But if your complaint is potentially an out-of-context quote, try to imagine for a second what it's like for a creator who has their entire existence hyper-analyzed by others like yourself, who make streams going over every facet of their being which they themselves don't help themselves with, which you yourself manage to milk, let's say, a 4-hour stream into a 24-hour response. Foodie Beauty, 2 weeks after the Cuba Rage stream, put out a community post. I decided not to do a video apology for the Cuba Rage. I will, however, sincerely apologize right here for getting blackout drunk and saying some of the most horrible stuff I ever did in my life. I did not mean most of it. I cannot even remember most of what I said. I will not let this moment define me as an entire person though. I will try to be better. I have also decided not to rewatch it as I don't need to be brought into such a horrible headspace again. How can you sincerely apologize for saying some of the most horrible stuff if you do not remember most of what you said? I guess you did watch it back then. Chantel on her community tab. I do need to do a video apology. And underneath, why do people watch me only to complain about me and my nonsense? Honest question, do you think that a creator should change their content and ways just for thousands of individuals who don't really know them? Wouldn't it make more sense for those individuals to just move on and watch someone else instead of the constant BS? I'm actually generally confused, just as most of you are. Chantel on Twitter, Burger King Canada, hey there, just wondering when we can expect the Nashville Chicken Sammy this year? Specific time and date is greatly appreciated. Burger King Canada, someone's eager. Someone's planning a mukbang, and on the subject of mukbang...
And in the terms of service, it says, you do not attack people for certain things. And I'm just gonna talk directly to someone at YouTube and be like, there's people who fucking ride my ass. Every time I go fucking live, they're fucking desperate to keep their rent at the Motel 6, and they fucking snipe my bitch. Don't snipe my fucking content or I'm gonna take your shit down.
Hey guys, the internet is a bit much for me right now. I'm going to block and keep certain jerks blocked for good. Also, the Nada chapter of my life will never ever be spoken of again online, no matter the outcome. This is something very stressful and legal I am dealing with, and I will be keeping it all offline. Any mentions will be deleted and repeated comments will be blocked. Same for comments, I owe you nothing when it comes to my personal life. See you when I return soon. Ratioed.
Cookie.
Chantel on Twitter, coming for y'all, reporting various users. Miss Goral, lol. She's going to contact the news because French-fied Goral is being mean to her. Y'all, I cannot. Foodie Beauty, no, it's because she's a stupid parasite who would be nothing without talking about me, lol. Hashtag stay mad, and yes, she is going down. Ratioed. I love how people can bully people like Amber Lynn and I on a daily basis through channels that target us and use our content for their own gain every day. But when we have had enough and speak up for ourselves, we get hate. Well, enough is enough. Stay mad, haters. So, how long till Chantel realizes that this pay is the pay from the month she was banned from YouTube, and is likely a fraction of what she's used to? Chantel, sad that you are all waiting for me to go broke so you can get some sick enjoyment because you are all sick Fs. But I'm sorry you'll have to continue to be disappointed, because if you remember, I moved platforms and still made great money. Hashtag stay mad. God, I love how back and forth she is on Twitter. She can't delete these tweets quick enough. To finish off the month of April, Chantel did eventually put out an apology concerning her Cuba Rage stream. Don't worry, I'm not going to play the audio from it as well, but needless to say, it was not a very good apology, mostly because I don't think she even understands what sincerity is. There were some other bits concerning community posts being deleted, references to Nada after saying she wouldn't, further promotions of OnlyFans, but let's face it, May's where this really starts to pick up, i.e. the love triangle chokehold.
Poor sweetest angels. Did you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Stop joining, save your money. She doesn't make real content. What have you got to say to that?
They're not wrong.
You're a friggin' asshole today.
So May begins much like any other month for Chantel. She does her streaming, she says dumb things, she shows us how hygienic her homage to Paul Joseph Watson's video set is, by demonstrating just how, well, clean her home really is, while also having some rather interesting choice of words and facial tics to talk about the Cuba trip that she still kinda talks about, doesn't talk about, but mostly talks about.
Wait, it wasn't actually Meredith. Nader could have his what?
You had a whole argument with a TV show character. Really, Madelyn? I'm gonna manipulate. That was a joke. With no postcards. You're not gonna get a postcard every day. It's only been not even a month. Give me a break. Yeah, because you guys always say, like, I manipulate you, so. Plain. Yes, I want my fat to encroach on the skinny people's side.
Now, with Chantal being more active on the Foodie Beauty channel, she has not been as active on the Biza show. She did put out 2 community posts. Carmen here, Minx as well, full of crap. Literally, that chocolate kielbasa was hers. And I think we all know this. Yours truly, Carmen Pondu, HR office person, the Biza show. Underneath, good afternoon, Minx here. So totally sorry for the delay in content this week. Someone who is totally not me destroyed the employee washroom with a huge fudge dragon. As you can see, these are quite creative community posts. They sure trump my early access ones. But many people had pointed out the fact that Chantal claimed to want to be more proactive with producing content and characters and has failed to deliver, well, around this time, which was the 4th of May. Oh, and because it's tradition and apparently she has still yet to be done for violating the nudity policy for a second time, yes, Chantal is a woman with balls, and that censor thing was done by my lovely mod. Yes, the random flash of the month, everyone. It happens multiple times every month, but I feel it only right to show you just one. Now, after much heckling, haranguing, barracking, criticizing, banter, whatever you want to call this, where her audience tell her she really needs to address the Cuba Rage stream and properly apologize, Chantal actually does it and undoes it. Something which is cliche as a YouTuber, but also what you come to expect when you're dealing with an unintelligent narcissist.
Well, what do you think I said that was worse? Not like I'm generally curious. Because I'm like suspending my personal feelings in that situation when it comes to her, because like no matter who you are, like making fun, like to that degree, like that was like talking bad about someone's vagina is just low and stupid. Fuck. Excuse me, you fed salmonella manicotti too. Oh, can we take a break? It's so heavy. I don't like it. No, it's not about being a victim. It's just in case any of you are care to try to like understand me as a person instead of just blind hating.
Understandably, Chantal's community absolutely flayed her for this. Now, this could be because of how poorly she handled it during that stream, which is correct. But it's also because she, like other girls, the dainty women that they are, build communities that hate them. And as many of you will have noticed, their communities are dwindling. We know this with Chantal because of her relationship to Nada and the fact he only turns up during payday. He disappears shortly after, and then she ends up borrowing money off family to pay her bills for the rest of the month, because she's not making 50 grand anymore and she's still not paying her taxes. But that's a discussion for another day. Now, to go back to the Cuba React stream, it appears Chantal kept on removing and then putting back that stream, which made it very difficult to download it to then use it in this, favouring clips instead that were screen recorded, because Chantal, much like the community posts that she has a history of just deleting, appeared to be doing the same with her content, because why be held accountable for our remarkably dense decisions? Now, to go back again and talk about Nada, yeah, we're doing that for a bit. Many believe he's gone back to her or she's gone back to him, and the reason why is because this poutine video, where many believe she edited the video for him. Now, I remember her style of editing back in the day when she did do videos. She has a talent. She actually does. Whether she'll actually use it in favour of these streams that get her into more trouble than good, no one knows. But we do know that Nada is deeply ashamed of being seen publicly with her, so he won't actually date her in favour of Didi, which is a discussion again for another day. So he just, when she gets paid, Chantal that is, goes to a sleazy motel with a sex chair and does her there. And then comes home, because she's an excellent starfisher. According to her, of course. Shortly after that poutine video did its rounds, a comment from Tay. You can tell it's the Gunterlope because of the camera level. Lol, Didi is like 6'5". Peggy Hill. Alright, which one of you is Tay? Chantal. It's called a chair, people sit on them. Underneath, you changed your name to chair? Why? Feeling like a piece of furniture in the three-way? To further add to this belief that they are together, Nada did a barbecue by the road. It is one of the cringiest barbecues I've ever seen, not least because of the end of it.
Yo, bro, I'm coming. I'm doing my job. Guys, I need to go. There's gonna be a fight here.
So how do we know Chantel's in that video? Well, now because I'm such a big fan of Chantel on Twitter, an exchange between her and Mary Beth Wiley, I think Foodie Beauty and Koki either already got married, or Koki is trying to manipulate her by using marriage as a carrot. Please, baby Jesus, let them get married? I've invested years into this story, and a crackhead wedding is the ending I want. Chantel, how about instead of calling people crackheads, call yourself dentures? Underneath though, the most apt reply, Zombie Mum 79. You know, I'm really glad you got your channel back, Chantel. Now we can continue to watch your downward spiral through reaction channels, of course, and witness the slow, painful demise of your channel. I'm loving that for us. Sums up your audience to a T.
I got a letter from the Crown saying that my case against the individual in case number blah blah blah, the case has been not accepted, so thrown out.
Now this is not where the magic ends concerning this particular ending. She first of all had some words for Stream Sniper French Fried Goral, and she also had some comments for the VIBs, along with later on presenting a letter of proof that this was all dropped, which led to this being circulated.
No. That's not what happened. What happens is I come on my f***ing channel. I tell you shit that happens to me. You don't have to be here. Is she sniping? I'm gonna snipe back. And I'm going to strike her. I beg and plead for what? Budget Sativa? What did I plead with? No, because I'm not with him. I don't owe you an explanation of where I've been. Alright. Police. 29th of April. Madame Chantal Sarro.
Because of the suspicion, the growing suspicion, that Chantal and Nada are back together doing their own little shenanigans for a bit and then he'd disappear again, Chantal was losing subscribers, which did lead to Chantal making this admission on the 14th of May.
I wanted to get somewhere that was like in the middle of nowhere, like a no-tell motel. I don't feel like spoiling some hundreds of dollars anymore. Maybe at one point when I was super into it. No, I'm not going to talk about you, Natter. Don't worry. This is not going to be a repeat of the... I pretty much I don't think he mentally can handle being outed like this. The dynamic is, if we want to be together, we have to be at her house, which is, I don't know. She doesn't seem like she minds really, but she does.
Now eventually Chantal does concede she was at the barbecue, even though we already knew. She admits she loves Nada, which we also already knew because she's that type. Because everyone had been telling her this for a while, she continued her blocking spree of her very important Beezers. That's a fantastic money decision, by the way. She even spends a bit of time during a stream reminiscing about the good old days with BB.
What did I say? Oh yeah. At first, when I first met BB, I wasn't attracted to him physically. He wasn't my type. But when we were intimate, there was a lot of chemistry, and he was just, again, a really good kisser, gentle, loving.
Many people have posited the theory that perhaps the SA and DV related claims were orchestrated by both Nada and Chantal. I am not going to go through that because I'm not entirely sure where I stand anymore. It's gotten far too murky. Chantal went on to RSN. That was cringy, but not as cringy as what she released shortly after.
Oh my god, it disconnected!
Oh my god.
I think it just rang so much that oh my god!
Alright. Can we get the letter, or is that something we can't do? No, seriously, and then okay, alright. She muted because
we're gonna say it's forged.
Okay,
be quiet. Hi, I was supposed to be transferred to an officer to talk about my case, and it just rang. Yeah, nobody answered. Yeah, there was no answer. Okay, thank you.
I'm in love with you. I only want you. I only think of you. I want to live with you. I want to wake up with you. I want to eat hummus with you.
Now, it was while being dressed as a grand wizard off on her way to hog roast sandwich warts that Chantal conceded finally admitted that she exaggerated the claim she had made against Nada. But then again, since she has a penchant for defending people that hurt her, I don't think anyone actually bought what she was trying to sell. So instead, let's just play a clip of her obsessing over Nashi sandwiches. Although now that I've said that, I can show you the video of a clip where she admits it. I can't play the audio because copyrighted music, and Chantal loves to do that during her live streams, because she a classy bish. Chantal's also a rising musician now, a superstar in her own right, having released original lyrics music. She is on this. She's going to be such a success one day. I look forward to that. Your Grammy nomination is waiting for you. Now, towards the tail end of the month, things got a bit dry for Chantal. On one hand, she's often bragged about how much money she makes, but due to power outages, sudden ending of streams, short streams that don't go all day even though she claims they're meant to go all day, Chantal has had to ask for a bit of assistance here. And she will reward you all with the endless bees, like a quest to find all the rum. What a quality pirate she really is. This, along with a number of other incidents, although most are deleted as is the case, led to Chantal trying to deflect with a picture of a cat, which in turn led to her community raging at her in the responses. I'm just going to leave this to play for a minute. Has anyone else got the following music in their head? Now, Chantal's also not only a mad lyricist, a fantastic troll, but also an amazing accountant. Proof of that would be her daily estimated costs for addictions. Are you ready? $68 for wheelchairs, which is a code word for something she eats that is not legal. $7 for Starbucks, $50 for paneer, 2 Nashis, $20, fees and delivery, $20, daily total $165. Say there are 30 days in a month, nearly $5,000. Yearly, almost 60 grand spent on her daily costs. Anyone else think for a second here that perhaps she's living a bit too good, a bit too high, a bit too lavish, considering she has taken more recently to e-begging? But don't worry everyone, she doesn't care about money. Now, there are a few more moments within this month that give it its coup de grace, the piece de la résistance, that is Chantal's annals in history. You can talk about the fact that everyone knew she gave Pete an allowance, not included in her budget. The fact that she admitted that she was jealous, which is why she conjured up a dating person thing, didn't go on a date at all. Or how about the fact she went on a live stream with Onision on Real Effing Drama because, and this is her, she empathizes with Onision. She can understand Onision. Don't worry everyone, she can't date him. He's not the right type of person for her. She also finishes the month out by admitting that she loves Nada and anyone that questions this is getting blocked. Yet Chantal really does go through the same cycle. You know, like Anne Boleyn has her weight one, Chantal has her relationship one. Nearer to payday, she's back in love with Nada, so they go to a sleazy motel and do the dirty, which is always dirty because it's a sleazy motel and because, well, Chantal's a mess. But when the money's run out, during the first or second week because she's really bad with money, a top-tier accountant, she spends the next few weeks eking an existence and struggling to get by with what she has left if she hasn't already managed to get it off her family. It's quite the impressive cycle. I'm sure there could be a more accurate one done, because once she gets nearer to payday, she's back in love with Nada, Nada's back in her life, and they go off and have their fun. You sure that Pete isn't the only person getting an allowance? Do you still pay Nada's rent? Now, Chantal wasn't best impressed with her appearance on that particular RFN panel, so she spoke about that, which in turn led to a bit of a fallout with herself and Miss Effing Wonderful, aka Katie. Pete has his say on what he thinks is going on, and Chantal gives us a tour of a 1-star hotel room that she and Nada are sharing.
And I'll just quickly say my piece. Douche!
Hey guys, so yeah, okay. TV, remote. This is, and then I have this, AC.
Look like nothing nice here.
Yeah, it's, yeah, I want to show them the wiener.
As we edge closer and closer to the middle of 2022, I feel it right to now state I am somewhat surprised with all the flashing, the racism, the homophobia, the ableism, the slander, the libel that comes out of Foodie Beauty, along with all the TMI that surely breaches TOS somewhere. She still has a platform. It is quite impressive that for somebody who has been flagged off the platform to come back and just rinse and repeat as if nothing has happened, yet her cycle appears to be continuing, which would include her excessive spending, her complaining to the Beezers about them being Beezers, and the repeated going back to hating, loving of Nada, along with slurs used to describe Nada once the pump and dump is done. So to start off the month of June 2022, Chantel has decided now is the time to come out. Via her community tab, Pete and I will be supporting us gays on Friday at Ottawa Pride. XO. Come say hey! Top comment, Garlic Bread. Whatever you think you're accomplishing by referring to yourself as us gays, please stop. Genuine people in our society have very real struggles each day while being confronted regarding this. Many of them face issues in the workplace, something you have not had to deal with. The core of these Pride Days is to promote understanding and acceptance, not be a talking point for YouTube self-promotion or to stir up drama. You just shared DMs with a guy who you didn't want a relationship with due to travel. You never once told him you questioned yourself, with others asking, why don't you celebrate Narcissistic Abuse Awareness Day? Seems the more appropriate, I guess. Now, I was going to show you a video of a 1-star CD motel tour in Montreal, because Chantel's a pro at these kind of hotels where she goes with Nada, so they can starfish until she runs out of money. In the room was an actual sex chair, which is why it's on the thumbnail. But much like her community posts, it has since been removed by the uploader, which is a shame really because this one was a funny one. As we are without the video, let us instead go to the comments of this archived upload. Victoria Young. Chantel is actually perfect for this type of content. She's perfect to show us seedy, nasty motels, because she's as dirty, or even dirtier, than these places. I like how she just accepts her life and it doesn't even faze her how nasty things are. Gina Dodson. She's wearing her bathing suit as underwear, and that was the best part of the outfit. You know what? Scrap my initial claim. One of my lovely mods downloaded it. We have the video, everyone! Here's a clip.
Hey, I'm about to do a hotel tour, but there's no AC working, so I'm sweating buckets here. When I'm really tired and I'm beezing in Montreal and I just want to sleep, a clean bed and a friggin' toilet that I can destroy. This is the outside. And there's this exercise. Exercise or for sex? Like, what is it?
Everything for sex for you.
This is just leftovers of a binge. Last night I binged. And then we have Natter cleaning because he's considerate.
So next we need to talk about Motorcycle Guy. For this we're going to use her community tab again, because she put a message up that perhaps she shouldn't have. Motorcycle Guy, got a question. Chantel, yes? Motorcycle Guy, how bad you want me right now, babe? Chantel, I have to be honest. I can't do relationship. I have future plans to travel, so nothing serious for me. I'm sorry. I do think you are awesome and hope you find someone XO. I don't think he was talking about relationship, Chantel. I think he was talking about plowing. And based on the comments underneath that community post, most people seem to get this. You fundamentally misunderstood. But let's all just agree here. One of the reasons you made that point was because you're busy within your own little addiction cycle binge of Nada, things that Nada can get for you, things that you need to eat, which cost you nearly 60 grand a month in expenses. Oh, and of course, recycling the whole story and starting again when payday comes round. Now, as Chantel's going through the current phase of loving Nada to bits, going to bat for Nada, swinging for Nada, Chantel's community tab, Lamau Nada. If I find a chef use aluminium paper on the grill, I will kick him in the face. Subtract exclamation point. This dude. Underneath is a live stream done by Nada. You go to Nada's channel, or Naddy Daddy, First comment, I'm so glad Nada did this because it shows his crazy crystal clear. And this man is so insecure that he constantly needs Didi or Chantel there to stroke his ego. It's clear by the way he looks at her after every time he thinks he's acting tough. Along with fat shaming this poor boy when your girlfriend is 400 pounds, LMFAO, the irony. Chantel using her larger platform to promote her boyfriend bullying another person. Now that's interesting, because where I come from that's called punching down, Chantel. You really do that quite well. Exceedingly well. Exceptionally well.
I like when dudes grab at their nuts, it's hot. Why did I block barbecue chicken on Twitter? I blocked every single person on Twitter. I don't know why. I was mad. So I have an announcement. Pete might be getting his own place. I might be putting him up in a... Because I need my privacy. I need my own space. So this is part of getting Natter back. No. I don't think I can live without Pete now. I don't think I can live without you.
Okay. That didn't take long.
Now, as many of you will know, Chantel likes to make promises that she'll never do certain things ever again, only to invariably break that promise within a very short space of time. After the drunken escapades in Cuba, she swore she'd never do it again, everyone. She did it again, everyone. She then went on to delete that particular stream, but other channels got it. I'm not going to play all of that, but I will play a couple bits. Her finest moments, as it were.
My good life.
Drink some water.
No.
Yes.
No.
Please drink some water.
Dude, I'm just stasis and treat our children good.
That's why you need to drink some water. Because right now...
Please, listen to me. I'm saying. I'm sad. Give me adopted children. Wait up your parenting and children. Very good. Don't leave me! Sit!
I'm holding the glass so you can drink it.
During this part, Chantel is singing a song while incredibly off her face on edibles and alcohol. A song I can't play because of copyright. But many rightly believe she was making light of the Uvalde shooting, which wasn't a good look, but certainly up there with the Cuba rage stream. Shortly after, and upon recovering, Chantel put out a community post. I drank way too much. Never drinking again for real, especially not on livestream. I lose the ability to control how much I drink, and as you all know, very unfortunately what comes out of my mouth as well. I acted very inappropriately and I am truly sorry. Ratioed.
Go.
Weight loss victory, non-scale victory. I can fit in the booth now.
Hurrah!
So I decided to break up with my boyfriend because, like, instead of a commitment, I need to be committed.
So Chantel does shorts now. I guess they're supposed to be funny. Perhaps comical take on something actually happening in her life. Chantel had in fact tried dating. She spent quite a few days in fact on damage control from the drunk stream. I'm not going through that. It would take far too long. Go check out Just Saying and Barbecue Chicken instead. With regards to that last comment, the last short you saw, Chantel had actually gone on a date. Apparently the Nada thing must be some form of open relationship, in the sense that he'll turn up when she's got money. What's a shame really is Chantel knows she sucks at relationships. Chantel knows she's poisonous, she is toxic. Her behavior would not endear her to any rational person, which is why she gravitates towards someone like Nada, who will enable all the very worst qualities in her. And there are many of those that can be considered worst possible qualities. So while it was intended as a bit of a joke, but based on reality, it is more reality. It's just a shame that she'll never actually accept it or do anything to change because of it. By the way, we're 10 minutes in, and I haven't even covered a full week. We may have to gloss over the more inconsequential parts to get to the best bits for the remainder of this month. What makes Chantel quite precious is that her cycle with Nada is ongoing and it appears to be never ending. Earlier in the month, they were in a sex motel thing. Yeah, that scuzzy place with the chair. Whereas now, Chantel puts out a community post of, "Lol, you can go through our messages and delete all of yours, but I have them all saved. Nice try. I love how he mostly only deleted the ones asking me for money. Well, you still are a bum user." He unsent him asking for the money. Laughing emoji, crying. Hashtag grifters of YouTube. And yes, sadly, I'm just seeing this now. Guess you do love it the most. Do? Oh well, you did me a huge favor, thanks. By the way, these are older messages like a few weeks. Included, Chantel sent Nada money, indicated he wasn't feeling good, and then kinda ghosting. I have many questions, but I think the one that really matters is, Chantel, how low is your self-esteem that you keep doing this? How low? How desperate as well? I guess that's also a part of it. Now the fun thing with this cycle is, everyone else has noticed. Chantel must know by now, this is far too obvious. Even in comments to other community posts that have all since been deleted, people are here for it. So here we have, wow, I see my bees are sticking up for me in this chat. I swear it feels like the first time hearing him say something so mean like, my brother wouldn't even spit on her. Yet, this was a man who had me driving around Montreal finding his bum ass an apartment, and slept with him thousands of times. Yet now that I expose your lies, I am gross. I promise you were gross long before this. All you do is sit there smug and trying to prove everyone that you are king shit. The way you treat people is disgusting, and I'm so sorry to myself, well that didn't last long, that I wasted the last year destroying myself for you. Never again. Thanks for teaching me a hard effing lesson. Not done though, folks. So here's the thing, myself and thousands of others have witnessed you literally threaten me and call me a, well, bunch of names on your live stream tonight. You are aggressive and menacing and still have the gall to say that you will sue me. Leave me alone. I will leave you alone. We are done. I will not talk about you and you shut it about me. Same to you, D2. I love how you think you got yourself any case against me as well, considering you were just harassing me at 3 AM the other night. You also have some nerve calling me a buffalo. That's not very fair to buffaloes. Dom, since you slept with the buffalo for the whole year, now I plan on ignoring you back into irrelevance with Roman L. Roman. Anyone want to guess how long these last? Don't worry though, Chantel's still not done. There's more. Lamau. Because Louisa Moon pointed out there isn't much really going to happen here. There's reason why. Foodie Beauty. And the last thing I will ever say about him, and I will say this in vain one last time, because for him to understand this, it would require he have a heart. I did love you a lot. I showed you by setting up your channel, editing your videos, lying for you, kissing your feet, giving you money, pleasuring you, making you soup when sick, and the list goes on and on. You left out starfishing. I drove around Montreal stressing for you, so you could have a place of your own and get back on your feet. I drove hours to Montreal to pick you up and back to see you. My point is not to show off all these things, but to mentally list them so I can see that all I ever get back in return from you is dishonesty and pure meanness. You can't even suck up your pride and ego and admit to all of this. I don't think cocks are turtles. Debunking the bum. Says I doxed him. Yes, accidentally, meanwhile he purposely doxed my phone number on live. That explains all the tweets I saw, people saying they were going to text you. Still think you have a case? Asks his audience in regards to sleeping with me, who in their right mind would do this. I dunno. Deepanisty and pay by the hour motels ring any bells? You want to see who in their right mind would sleep with me? Look in any of those reflective surfaces in D2's kitchen and you will see for yourself, baby. Furthermore, you want to do things the right way with the law. Forbidden Motel Adam, etc. I have so much more proof than you. False accusations? Prove it. You know they aren't. But that is your karma. And then DD, sorry, but you are suing me? Hahaha, for what exactly? Defamation? What reputation did I ruin? Actually, you told me Dom ruined your rep with work because of the April Fool's lie you chose to do on company paid time, and trolls found you out all on their own. As for you, broccoli boy, you don't want me to talk about your family? Oh wait, like you called my mom a whore and my aunt too? You literally talked more crap about my family than I did yours. Now please, as I said before, leave me alone. Not long after. Leaving someone is not an event, it's a process. No offense intended with this one, but you say it's the last time you're going to talk about them, but we all know that's a lie, don't we, Chantel? And because we know this process is super serial, Chantel put out another post the very next day. No one is forcing anyone to do anything. In response to, taken from KF, divorce cases with custody disputes take less time than her leaving this man. Accurate. And not long after, the face you make when you think the woman you love is calling your messenger, but it's just her trolls. Not done though. Lamau at the comments saying, she at least looks well put together and mature and doesn't fart blah blah. My peach hat was way cuter than a boring generic mature sales rack of Maurice's. Boring and generic, just like her personality in Kondo. Also, if she's so superior, why is he not claiming her well put together ass and wanting to move out? You people are just making yourselves look worse. Love. I think the first comment underneath that sums this up quite nicely. It hands down beats living in a pigsty amongst rotting food, mountains of empty boxes, and general filth. Now, in a slight detour, because we're going to slightly segue from this for a bit, we're going to talk about S-Jam, because this one cropped up, and it was refreshing to not have to talk about this bollocks for 5 minutes. Chantel put out a community post. Hi. Okay, I feel like I need to put this out there. I know the type of community I have with you Beezers is a tight one. Lol. We are close. But please remember that I'm also just a YouTuber you watch. I appreciate the care and love from all of you so much. I do. But it has to stay at that level. I'm open online, but in person I'm more private and don't appreciate just deciding to take a road trip to my house unannounced and expect me to just open the villa to you. Pete's and I have our struggles, but we are fine, and if we need extra help, we will reach out. We appreciate it. Thanks. Please do not come here. Thanks. This is because S-Jam, one of Chantel's biggest donators, drove by her home not so long ago. To be honest, when it comes to creators and their audience, of course there has to be a degree of separation. You should not be going to their home, 100%. The issue Chantel has is, she has open DMs with this guy. And I don't just mean open DMs, because these two had DMs around the time of her and Nada starting to see each other. This goes back a while. When you allow your audience this close, Chantel, you are just as responsible as they are for the inappropriate behavior. And in your own message you mention being open online, because you share everything you do offline, online. You share it all. You leave no crevice, no stone unturned. Everything is checked, not by your brain, because it just comes out of your mouth and then we have to deal with the fallout later. I agree you are just a YouTuber, 100%. But you are solely responsible for this community. And what happened with S-Jam, which then led to you showing us the DMs which have been rolling on the screen for a while, is a damning statement for your own poor decisions that allowed this to even happen in the first place. And that might seem a little unpopular, and some might say victim blaming. But as there are many who believe you lied about this all in the first place, which in turn forced you to release the DMs, you are always going to be hard pressed to have anyone on your side beyond the part where no fan of a YouTuber should go to that YouTuber's home. Now, public opinion on Nada has never been that high in the first place. Yes, we're going back to that now. So Chantel did put out some community posts related to that, ending on some narcissist thing, which seemed oddly apropos, really. Next in my timeline, but I'm not sure where this actually fits in, is something I also think is quite relevant, courtesy of Pete's, because every so often he chimes in and he says the right thing. It's just a shame it doesn't go through or sink into Chantel's brain.
About what? Didi and
the fucking drama. Christ, let the fucking thing go.
I'm ranting.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, just let that go.
The fupa is super duper fupa.
Skipping ahead a little, because nothing really of note happened between, well, that clip and what we're getting to now. We get to Payday and a community post, because Chantel loves these. Payday cycle is broken. Also, someone sent this to me. You are disgusting. All care remaining in my heart, be jealous as you don't have one, is gone for you. Thanks for treating me like poop over and over and over and over and over, so that I can finally get it now. Parasite will always need to suck the life out of women to survive, and then hit them when you don't get your own way, and have them kiss your feet. Ugh. Wasn't too sick paying for all those hotels for you just a few weeks ago, right? I have so much evidence to bury you with, but I will keep it for when I need it in my back pocket, knowing my whole truth makes you sweat every day. It's also ironic that you call anyone a bum when you need me and, now, TD, for the following: shelter, transportation, a word I don't know what that is, cigarettes, her wine, my edibles, my weed, groceries, e-transfers, bills. I'm still paying off one of his bills he expects me to from when I left at the pharmacy after he gave me her cock rot and took my phone back. He had to go get a line of his own, but for some reason I was dumb and put him back on mine because we were back together, in my mind anyway. I do have the bill for proof as well. Cock rot meds. And the list goes on. You can't even go to your own probation appointments alone. So no, you are not a real man. If Didi was smart too, and she is just where I was, get the heck out, woman. You have way too much going for you. Any problems I had with you were because of my pain and jealousy. You know this. I'm still hurt, but not jealous anymore. If anything, I feel anxiety. Know you are living with a ticking time boom. This post has since been deleted. These points could have had some, I don't know, solidity had you not contradicted this every single time you posted something similar every single month. There's a reason you delete these, and there's a reason many of them get archived or end up on a forum somewhere. I can't imagine where.
Several days later.
I'm like really tired of I'm tired of suffering with this emotions. I feel alone because it's so obvious. Nobody understands what it's like. Nobody gets it. Or just people hate me so much they're willing to support, and I have to watch him sit there with his ugly face and her ugly face. No, I don't have to watch them, but yes, I try to avoid it, and it's all over the internet. 3 a.m, him calling me. Yeah, I should have gotten away earlier and should have left earlier, but I didn't. So what? I don't even watch. If I ever catch wind of people that are supposed to be in here, I don't want people here giving him attention. He doesn't deserve it. So if you really support me, then don't support him, because yeah.
A few moments later.
Yeah, you're supporting an abuser. Good for you. Do you want a medal? You're supporting someone who's going to be irrelevant soon, and actually who will probably be in prison because they have several charges against them that are not mine. What are you her little warrior, FFG's warrior, coming in here because she's sweating? Tell her to start massaging those rubber band lips for turning tricks, because pretty soon she won't have fuck all to talk about.
When Chantal is in this kind of mental state, compromised and cross, vulnerable but not the smartest, she goes full annihilation, not necessarily against her enemies, but more against herself, because she believes by this form of self-flagellation she is repenting for her own crimes. That's not quite how this works, Chantal. Destroying your channel by blocking your members only harms you, but then makes your content more interesting for everyone else who watches you, then complain that you've lost all your beezers. You have complained in the past that you don't care about money, but we know at this point you, because your money is starting to dry up, have started borrowing money off family members, which doesn't do you any favors really, does it? What makes this more entertaining really is that we've only shown you Chantal's side of all these arguments. Nada doesn't look good in any of them really, but he's clapping back as well, which just adds further dirt to this already mucky looking pig swill that they are fighting inside. And no, I won't make you suffer through those. They may well be in a separate video on Nada called Mukbangers Ex-Wives. To finish off the month, Chantal admits there may well be a movie out there of her and Nada bumping uglies. Nobody wants to see that. No doubt it will find its way online somewhere, somehow, at some point. No doubt leaked by her anyway. But also she has gone to war with the one called garlic bread. Why? I have no idea why. Perhaps the more blunt delivery system has gotten under her skin. But it does mean yet again Chantal is engaging with one hater because she can't be asked with the other. She doesn't like FFG, for those who don't know who that is, French fried somebody who claims to not be a hater but is definitely a hater. It's kind of cringe. But has turned her attention to another because, well, at least they do videos. FFG just stream snipes, which is lazy. I guess what makes all this very funny for somebody who's trying to leave so desperately the grips of Nada is that she ended the month by trying to lure him with a care package of marijuana, okay?
Can we go to the next month now? Because I'm getting really tired. Seriously.